The recording has begun, and we begin the podcast. Welcome, everyone, to a Three Cynics podcast. I'm Clay, your host and MC. I'm joined tonight by your favorite conspiracist, he who knows there is nothing more important than knowing, Mark Jr.
Ain't that the truth?
And the saltiest crab on the seafloor, a man who thinks it's just so cute that you think you have valid opinions, Nathan.
Hey.
We've lost our private millennial force for like the fourth week in a row. It's whatever. This podcast brought to you by all the best things, all the worst things, and our bonus this week, the best and worst of times. Enjoy this, yet again, recycled footage of The Witcher 3. While we wax cynical about pro gamers, Call of Duty, and other interesting stuff that happened, I can't be bothered to record new footage because my new hotness, Styx Shards of Darkness, is pretty much professional garbage, and I'm having a hard time bringing myself to play it, so maybe I'll get some footage out of it one day when I'm desperate, but I'm not so desperate. I actually reinstalled Dying Light so that I could play it in 4K, even though that I know that an improved resolution doesn't change what a game is. But I liked that game. So, anyway, okay. All right, Nate, I need you to explain to the viewers and listeners what's wrong, buddy.
Oh, I just feel like shit. My head's all stuffy and my throat's sore. And yeah, my normal working myself to death type stuff. That's all.
Spring cold plus overworked? Damn.
I'm pretty sure the two are connected because I have a weakened immune system because I got the diabetes. And so then when I don't get enough sleep because I'm working too much, then I'm more susceptible to getting colds and stuff. And then it happens.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to fight through this and then maybe cut somebody. And Cinco de Mayo's next week, so I've sufficiently threatened my entire staff. So that's good. That's good.
Right. Don't call out bitches. We got shit to do.
I mean, our normal Friday is like a $14,000 Friday, which is pretty good. We're estimating we're going to do about 30 on Cinco. So
Yeah.
if you call out, I'm going to drive to your house and I'm going to slit your throat.
I could have swore that Cinco de Mayo was like a month ago. Do they have like several of those every year?
Clay, Cinco de Mayo literally translates to the 5th of May.
I know exactly what it means, but I'm pretty sure it happened like a month ago.
Okay, there's only one 5th of May in all of the year.
All right. Well, while you adjust your camera to reflect a professional, we'll ask Mark Jr.
I'm not going to do that at all.
What up, G?
Man, chilling. I found out I'm not built for roofing anymore. Well, at least not 23 hours and 2 days worth of roofing. So that was awesome.
Yeah, that.
Other than that, not really much of shit. Chilling, same old shit. Chilling, working. You know, living the dream.
Did you play mad awesome video games this week, though?
No, I played Fallout for like 45 minutes.
All right, but yeah, okay. So you were too busy. You were too busy with O.J. Simpson. Now, Mark Jr. and I had a very interesting conversation about O.J. Simpson earlier today. And I found out that double jeopardy applies to both the innocent and the guilty. I had no idea. I thought you couldn't be tried again after you had served time. But apparently, as Mark explains it...
Well, this is the letter to this is how the law works, homie. If you go through a jury trial and you are found guilty or not guilty, either way, you cannot be tried for the same crime again. Period. End of discussion.
Yeah. What? How did you not know that, Clay?
I thought it was guilty people who couldn't be tried for a second time. That's what I thought. I don't know.
Then why didn't they try OJ again? Because I would have tried OJ again. That nigga was guilty.
Well, I mean, you could still try him for like conspiracy to murder or something like that, you know? Because I don't think he was charged with that. But
No, he was not.
It's I don't know, it's crazy. If someone is found innocent and then is proven guilty, I kind of think there should be an exception to double jeopardy.
Nope, not in our system. French, British, German, lots of Western European countries allow the prosecution to appeal. In our system, people can say whatever they want. Yes, our system railroads people. At the same point, our system is set up almost purely for the defendant, dude. The people have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you did it, not vice versa. Not you have to prove that you didn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
But there's loopholes around it.
Well, I mean, that's fair, but there's automatic appeals for everything, Nate. Anytime you get a lot of automatic appeals and shit. So our system is set up more for the defendant than a lot of places are. That's why Amanda Knox got convicted twice and acquitted twice.
All right.
So
I don't even know what that means.
But what I'm saying is if new evidence comes to light that they can use, they can then try him for something else, because every crime has a crime attached to it. Right. So you might not be able to get him for manslaughter, but you can get him for assault with a deadly weapon.
Right.
I mean, fair. But he walked away scot-free. Didn't nobody try to get nothing else on him.
Well, Johnny Cochran was awesome. And then the American public was like, this motherfucker's retarded. He's going to be in jail anyway. And then they were right. Just took like 20 years.
Yeah, it did take 20 years.
15 years. But, yeah. So
I mean, that's fair. I don't know. I mean, fuck OJ. He's a piece of shit.
I mean, maybe.
He is, Nate, but I find him so fascinating. He's awesome to me. He's the craziest. Why? Somebody throws away $12 to $18 million a year because you just want to stabby people? Damn. That's madness, dude. That's like rage beyond, I think.
If there's anything that's difficult to avoid, it is a crime of passion. I mean, if you're so inclined.
Keep your ass at home.
I will never kill anyone unless it's in defense.
Shoot a motherfucker so quick.
Unless it's in defense of myself or someone I love. But I mean, crimes of passion, man. I mean, he was testosterone, steroid fueled. I don't know. Did you watch the first episode of River?
No.
Damn, that was hours ago. You had hours.
I did. I could have watched the whole season, Clay.
Damn.
And I didn't watch 1 minute of it. Damn. So, yeah.
Well, that's
I got busy, actually. I planted a whole bunch of shit around the yard and shit. So.
You and your idle hands. You are so busy.
I got shit to do. I'm not working today, so I might as well fucking do something.
I mean, I understand. Well, I got kind of news. I did myself an experiment, all right? I did Monday Night Live all by myself because Nate hates me and Sebastian hates me, and that's all right. I don't mind being hated. But anyway, I did Monday Night Live, and in 3 hours, I ran 5 commercials or 5 ads because you play them manually on YouTube when you're streaming live. And just to see, because we haven't, our monetization, I'm sure if you're savvy with the interwebs and the YouTubes, you've seen like every creator under the sun complaining about the new monetization scheme. So, I ran those 5 ads. And I had, I think, 48 viewers on Monday Night Live. I don't remember exactly. So I ran 5 ads. 2 of them actually played, because I can track that. And of the 2, they made 0 pennies dollars. So, I don't know what the hell is going on with YouTube. They are literally playing ads that are worth no money to the creators themselves. But viewers and listeners, we could use your help. If you could maybe tell a friend about the podcast or our gaming content. We stream Battlefield and indie games and have lots of laughs in the post-show game and Monday Night Live. And I have an early Sunday stream, and then we have a late D&D stream. I mean, we do so much varied stuff. Tell somebody about 3 Cynics, because our only option now is growth. I mean, which is a good idea to begin with, but we kind of extra need your help now because, like, not only has our monetization failed, which it wasn't much to begin with, but also our growth has stagnated. And I don't know if the two are correlated, if there's any causation there, but I kind of feel inclined to believe it because the audio podcast is growing, but the video content is stagnant. And that might just be because we suck. It might be. Or it might be because
fuck you.
You're not doing your
fuck
job with your promotional Tourette's and screaming our names at people on the street. So get on that shit. So before we get into the news, I have to ask, Nathan, do we have a fantastic gaming smarts challenge?
Do I sound like a man who had time to make a gaming smarts challenge?
You sound like a distracted, aggravated man.
That's pretty much the story of my life, yeah, actually.
Well, damn, Mark Jr., where you at, bro?
What? Nobody told me. Everybody, we agreed Nate was gonna make it.
We did agree. Even Nate agreed.
I did, and then fucking shit happened, bro.
Damn.
My bad.
Well, I mean,
my job to work me less hours.
No, I can't. I can't do that. Because then you wouldn't be able to. Okay, so who wants to talk about? Did you guys watch the video link that I sent you via text message?
No.
Yes.
Mark Jr. Seriously.
Not safe for work, bro.
Mark Jr.
No.
If I
What's
send
that?
you something direct, a direct link, just take a few minutes. It's literally like a 60-second video.
It said I have to download it.
No, you're so full of shit, Mark Jr. I know you are holding a Galaxy phone in your hand.
I most certainly am.
You did not need to download it. You're full of crap. All right.
I didn't
Anyway.
get no video. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm looking right now, dick.
In the text messages, I sent you guys a video link. What was it, 2 days ago, Nate? I don't know. Yesterday? Day before? Doesn't matter.
Something like that.
Here's what happened. I have here a Mashable article, which, fuck Mashable. Who gives a shit? From Mr. Kellen Beck. I believe that is a man. If I have confused your gender, sorry, bruh.
You will now identify as a man.
Yep, I have established it. Anyway, so professional Overwatch player Matt Delor Vaughn pretty much instantly changed his title from pro gamer to ex-pro gamer with the following video. Now, I warn you, trigger warning, all things aside, I'm not going to play the entirety of the video, but I am going to play it for Mark Jr.'s sake, so at least
Dude,
he
I'm
can
watching
hear
it. He can eat a dick. No, I'm watching it right now.
And this shit is crazy. He is absolutely wild. So,
Yes,
let's
I'm
see
watching
what's going
like
on
that
with
crazy
him.
Shit.
Seems legit. I'm not dude. Okay,
Here he is.
Okay. Wow, you're actually gonna say that?
He's such a pro. Here he goes. Here he goes.
Nigger.
That's enough of that. He goes on with that for like another 35 seconds. And he got fired from his professional sports whatcha-has-it. Toronto Esports.
Yeah. How do you put that on a resume?
Well, I mean, are you applying to be a Nazi?
I mean,
Nazis
okay.
accept applications?
Or KKK or
Oh.
white supremacists. I mean, yes, you have opportunities.
I was going to say KKK, Mark, but like 20 podcasts ago, I named them as irrelevant, so I didn't want to go there.
Oh, okay. Well, they are kind of irrelevant, but that doesn't mean they won't pay somebody to do something. Duh.
I mean, that's fair.
But yeah, he's crazy. I remember one of my best memories from the original Xbox is I was playing Halo 2 with Monkey, and we got into a game in the Gulch or whatever. I don't fucking remember what it was. It was Halo 2. Fuck. And this guy went on for like 4 minutes just screaming the N-word.
Okay.
So it was awesome. So
I have strong opinions on this.
Go
In
on.
that one, all right, look, no word should be off limits. That's my first opinion. Secondly, some words are off limits. You just have to be aware of what's going on. Like, you can say whatever you want, but just realize there's going to be consequences and repercussions for what you're doing. And if white people, I'm looking at you, Kramer, would just stop.
Michael Richards.
Just stop. Because, see, I don't believe these people are actually racist. They're just saying racist things because they're angry or because they're trying to get a rise. They might actually be racist. I don't know. But most of the time, when I'm angry and I want to insult somebody, I'm thinking of the most hurtful thing I can say.
Oh yeah,
And the
you're
unfortunate
looking.
truth of the
You're
matter-
looking for a dagger. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the unfortunate truth of the matter is that word in America to the black Americans is as deep as you're going to cut.
Mm-hmm.
So if white people would just learn to not do that, that'd be better for them.
I think you might be asking a bit too much, Nate.
If they should just learn to not do that. I love the sediment. The sediment.
Sentiment.
Well, sentiment too.
The sentiment.
But it's
I
just like,
love
what
it,
are you
'cause-
doing? Like, like when say you're arguing with a woman, you know what you're going to say that's going to piss her off. It's going to be pretty much like, what, 1 of 3 words?
Yeah,
It's just
well,
gonna happen.
or it could be 3 of 3 words, but yeah.
Yeah. So when you're dealing with a member of a different race, we all have racial epitaphs that offend us. Not me personally, because you can pretty much call me whatever you want. I don't actually care that much. But there's racial slurs for every race, and that's what you go to. I don't want to say you or me, but that's what people go to when they get angry and they want to strike a dagger in the heart of that person verbally. Stop it. Just stop it. Just be like, hey, you're a fucking cocksucker. Because it's still cool to say that, even though gay people. But it's all right.
Even though gay people. So, okay, this, for context, listeners and viewers, this happened during a live stream. Apparently, he had been streaming for a while, and it doesn't exactly say if, this article from Mashable doesn't say if he knew the people. Well, here's what happened. You couldn't hear it really well in the video or the audio. But somebody accused him of just standing there. That is, he wasn't being an active member of the team, and he's a pro. So he took serious offense at that. And my guess is, he probably had a pretty bad day. What do you guys think? Pretty bad day? To lead up to this?
Oh, yeah.
He had a
Yes,
bad day.
That's a bad day.
It's a major pent-up nerd rage. Absolutely.
So the instant came that somebody accused him of being an inactive or useless member of the team. He just goes nuts and he screamed. Now that was the the very visceral expression of his frustration. Everything that came afterward, which was like 42 repetitions of the N-word, was the dagger. The man's probably not even a racist. The man
I'm sure he's not.
is probably just as ordinary as anybody else outside of the fact that he up until recently, he made his living playing games. He's probably perfectly ordinary.
Moved to China.
Yeah, where nobody knows him, or Korea. Now, I'm not defending this, because if you scream the N-word 50 some odd times during a live stream, there's very little chance you're not going to get called out on it, and you're a dick for resorting to that. But I think what confounds me about it, not the fact that he got fired. Fuck him. He deserved to get fired. But that people don't seem to have the same reasoning ability as all of us stated. Nate said it first and then I said it. He's probably not a racist. He just reached for the dagger. But all the social media reactions and the comments on this article, people don't reason the same way we do. It's weird, Mark Jr. It's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. Now, see, I'm going to reiterate it. It's 3 for 3, whatever. He's not a racist. Listen to the way he's saying the word.
He's not even familiar with it.
That's what I'm saying. Listen to the way he's saying the word. And the sad part is he's saying one of 2 or 3 words in the English language that you couldn't say over and over and over again without getting fired. He could have screamed asshole, pussy, millions of dirty words, dude. But you can't say fag, nigger, kike. You can't say those words. You know what I'm saying? And you could have vented your frustration in so many different ways, dude, and you completely blew it. And you can tell by the way you say the word that you got it as 2 words.
definitely a 2-syllable situation for him. Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So he's not familiar with the word. He doesn't even say the word. You're right. He reached for the dagger immediately. So it's just like his nerd rage just hit the top, dude. And it's just coming out. He could have said so many words, dude. No, he just could have said any other fucking word. Fuck. Any other fucking word, dude. And you just blew it because you're retarded.
Part of me feels bad for him because it was one explosion that cost him his job. At the same time, though, if I did the same thing at my job, not only first would I probably get shanked, I'd probably get stabbed or at least assaulted in some way, but I would also expect to be fired.
Yeah.
However, I could just go to another kitchen because shit like that, I don't want to say it gets swept under the rug, but it's not getting around.
Right.
Like, I'll just write, you can't contact my last employer.
Right.
Done. Stop it. But this is a public purview. This is exactly like when Kramer did it. Why can't I not think of his name? Michael something.
Michael Richards.
Thank you. Like, he's like, he got a basic ass name. Just like when Michael Richards, it essentially ruined his career because when you do the things in the public spotlight, it's amplified. He'll never be a pro gamer again unless, like I said, he goes to like China or somewhere where either A, racism still flies, like Australia, or B, nobody knows nor cares, like China or Japan or Thailand or something, Korea, something like that.
They're not interested in what you said in English at all.
Yeah, which I doubt's going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to just up and move to China. That's a thing. It's not that simple. So, I mean, he has essentially lost his livelihood because of one outburst. And while I don't condone what he said, a part of me does feel bad because he will never have that same lifestyle again.
Yeah.
But that's why I said, that's why I came with what you could and couldn't say. You could have said so many different things. You could have screamed cunt 4 million times.
Between the 3 of us, Mark, we could give him at least 10,000 examples.
That's what I'm saying. You just can't say 3 of them. And you had to go there? Really? Mm-hmm. Damn.
Well, as a follow-up, he did tweet shortly afterward, after, the fallout, of course. He tweeted, quote, "I am sorry. I fucked up. I am done with esports and won't be returning," end quote. Well, yes. Yes. And the whole thing sucks because, Delor, you could have just kept screaming. You could have just hit the stream hotkey and screamed the N-word until you passed out all by your lonesome. But you chose not to. You made a conscious decision. Like Mark Jr. said, even you can hear it in the way you pronounce the word. You made a very deliberate decision to offend as many people watching and listening as possible.
Yeah, and it's definitely not a regular part of his vernacular.
No.
So, and Nate's right. I do feel a little bad for him because it's sad. Nate's right. He'll never recap that same lifestyle. But you know what, dude? You just shouldn't have done it, homie. There's a million solutions, and I understand rage, but most of my rage is I just turn that shit off. I'm like, okay, done. Done.
And there's a level of maturity to it because as Nate described, and as Mark and I and Nate, we all know that there is a bright line that you can cross from which you can never return. And we know it. We're very well aware. And we're 30-somethings. We aren't even that deep into life. And we know. We can see the line.
I'm half past dead. You better calm down.
So, and this guy,
Steven, settle down.
He's 28 years old, but he knew very well what he was doing. That's a shame, though. It's a shame.
This is one of those situations where I don't think the punishment fits the crime.
Right. Agreed. lose everything because of one outburst. Most people don't lose everything because of one outburst.
Yeah, it's not a fair. It's not a very popular statement. Like, I'll just say that about me. That's not a popular statement for me to say. What he did had racial undertones, whether it's a regular part of his vernacular or not. Whether he knew what he was doing. However, he didn't actually hurt anybody other than my eardrums twice now. So it was racially charged by the nature of the word, but it wasn't racially charged because you can tell it's not something that he does. It's not something that he wants to do. It's something that came in a moment of passion, and it was the absolute wrong decision, and he should not have done it. But should that cost somebody their livelihood for the rest of their life? Like, that's... I mean, it will. No doubt about it. It will.
How about this? I'll take the 50-year-old perspective on this. Get a real job.
I mean, that's
the 50-year-old perspective. That's all there is to it. It's only like 5 words. But
I hope he went to college.
Well, and Toronto esports. I mean, as much as our audience and gamers put credence into esports, it's not very big. I'm sorry, guys. I know it has millions of followers, but millions doesn't mean shit in a world of billions. So they could have simply swept this under the rug, and Toronto esports could have said, we're going to help Mr. Matt Vaughn through counseling and other means, and hopefully return him to the team soon after he's had the treatment he needs. This could have been handled with a softer glove by Toronto esports themselves. But I think they were equally right in the action they took as in the action they didn't. So, what are you going to do?
Yep, shitty, dude. Just
and
shitty.
It all
if
depends
you ever...
on your popularity, too. Like, Riley Cooper's a great example. For those of you who don't remember, he was the white wide receiver that screamed the N-word at a bouncer at a concert. Played for the Eagles, so it was massively covered in my area.
Oh, wow.
He was mediocre. That's why nobody knows who he is anymore. Because that happened, and they were like, well, fuck you. If he were Joe Montana... All right, y'all. Sorry, Joe Montana's racist. He's fucking winning us 3 Super Bowls. Y'all better get with the program.
Yeah, especially if he's 2 or 3 deep. Like, we'll send him to counseling. What are you going to do?
Yeah. So, if this guy were like the best Overwatch player in the world, somebody would still pick him up, even if Toronto esports was like, nah, go away. Somebody would come calling.
Plus, so clearly, hate speech is illegal in Canada. So
yeah, it is.
They can't tolerate such things.
Well, Canada has lost my vote as second place to live.
Oh, yeah. And they're trying to pass ordinances that require people use alternative gender pronouns and shit. Like, they're mandating speech, or they're trying to. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm well aware of Jordan Peterson and all that's going on up there.
Sam Harrison, yeah. Anyway,
that's a whole different... Yeah.
So
I have opinions on that, but it's above my pay grade, as they say.
Right. Bam. Well, maybe not. Maybe not in the post-game show. Okay, I really need to pee. So, Nate, why don't you introduce this Call of Duty article? I'll be back in just a moment.
Hey, Mark, they're making a new Call of Duty.
I know they're making a new Call of Duty. We have to invite Dad, because he's standing here in front of me. Go back down to your computer.
Okay, whatever. So this is an article on digitalspy.com entitled Call of Duty World War II Rumors, Release Date, and Everything You Need to Know by Justin blah 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 Jones.
Now, I read a little bit of it, but, the problem is I've had a hard time with any shooter long before I lost my ability to internet. So, I lost that ability. So it's awesome.
We discussed that, Mark. You didn't lose that ability. What you lost was your ability to play those games with random ass fucks. That's what you lost.
Fair. Well, that's okay. That's probably fair.
You can ask Clay. I love shooters, but I don't play them without somebody else. Like, if it's just me, I get like 2 games deep and I'm like, nah, I'm bored as shit.
No, don't feel like it, because that's what I get real quick.
Right. I need a homie to hang with me. That's what I need. So,
right,
this is not going to renew my fervor for the Call of Duty series, even though I like World War I and World War II shooters better than any other. But I don't think it's going to bring me respect their, because it's still going to be the same game. And I've played every Call of Duty. Well, obviously not, but you know what I mean. I played one, so I played them all.
Yeah, well, pretty much, yes. That's how it breaks down in the Call of Duty series, Nate. But I don't know. I mean, I'm happy they're going backwards instead of continuing to try to, press forward with the space and all that shit.
Yeah, I think they realized that was a mistake.
Yeah, well, I hope so, because it really was a mistake and you didn't need to do it. So, but I guess trying to stay with the time, so to speak. But, stick to what you're good at. But Nate's right. It's not going to renew my fervor for the series.
I was hoping that you guys were not going to say that. Because I was thinking that if there's one thing that all three of us have in common in our gaming experience, it's Call of Duty. And it's being made by Sledgehammer, which they made, I'm looking at the Wikipedia page, they made Modern Warfare 3 and Advanced Warfare, and now they're making World War II. So, not the best track record, but I wouldn't mind playing Call of Duty World War II again. It's been, like 14 years or so since they released a World War II shooter. And I could only imagine that, they're finally, after like 15 years, feeling the pressure from the Battlefield series. Really feeling it. And I would think that would entice them or incentivize them to make changes to the formula. Now, how do you know you're playing a Call of Duty? Well, there's a few very bold things. The guns don't feel like guns. It feels like
you can bounce a throwing knife off 4 different surfaces and hit somebody in the toe and kill them.
Ridiculous melee kills. Okay, we'll put that at the top. Ridiculous melee kills. The guns don't feel like guns. They feel like you're shooting like an airsoft gun. Nothing has any impact or kick. And movement is limited. Those are the 3 ways, at least up front, that you know you're playing Call of Duty. Restricted movement, ungun-like guns, and ridiculous melee. I would think that perhaps...
Oh shit, we were supposed to invite Dad.
So invite him. That Battlefield might have, at this point, pressured Activision into making some real changes into the feeling of Call of Duty.
I don't know where he is. You're going to have to do it.
All right, I'm on it. Yeah, you guys don't think so?
I think that they're going to pressure them, but I don't think that's going to do anything. They have a formula, and they stick to that formula, and that's what they do.
I don't even have Dad on my...
Oh my God, you guys are the worst. Shut the fuck up.
You shut the fuck up. You're the worst.
God damn, that took all of half a second.
He looks like a guy who did drugs at one point.
Exactly. That's Pops for you.
Yes, you do.
God, you guys are so ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm willing to give it a try, but...
I don't know.
If you buy it.
I'm not paying $180 for Call of Duty licenses so we can play. That's not going to happen. And I'm waiting for Activision to be the one who's bold enough to raise game prices to like $80. Because aside from Activision Blizzard, who's going to be the one with the balls to do it?
Ubisoft.
No, Ubisoft.
That's not true. They'll just continue
about
to do the bullshit 19 million different bundles and pre-order it from here and get a hat. Pre-order it from here and get a mission. Pre-order it from here and you pre-ordered it.
So you guys don't have any faith in the idea that they might change the formula enough to make a game you want to play?
It's possible.
No, I don't have faith in that at all.
No faith, but I'm not saying it's not possible that they couldn't do it. But the last time they made a World War II shooter, which was what
World at War.
World at War, I really didn't enjoy it that much.
That was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
You're such a Nazi.
What's that? Nazi? Get the fuck out of here! You comparing me to a Nazi?
One of my favorite reasons why World War I and World War II are my favorite first-person shooter genres is because of the guns. So when you eliminate the gun aspect of it, as Call of Duty does, you're basically just making another generic shooter, in my opinion.
Yeah, guns should feel like guns. I mean, if you want to play a game where guns really feel like guns, play Battlefield. Any of them. For anything from Bad Company on, guns feel like guns. And then play Call of Duty and tell me whether guns feel like guns. Because the bitches look like fucking pea shooters. Anyway, I'm just hoping it's better. I mean, I know Pops ain't gonna play Call of Duty.
Nope.
Oh, damn it. I was about to say, or is he? But he didn't even let me get to it.
No.
Damn it.
All I could do for you guys was get your kill to death ratio or whatever up, because I'd stand there and get shot while you guys could shoot the guys that shot me.
Oh, everybody, welcome our old man to the podcast. Maybe I'll edit in a picture of him with his giant beard from last year. That'll be sweet. I mean, that ain't gonna happen. I ain't gonna edit shit. I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about.
That's what you were talking about. Don't put that shit on us.
Well, I mean, okay. So, no excitement for Call of Duty at all?
No, not really. Not Clay. Okay.
Come on. I know it's been years. I know it's been years since Call of Duty had our fandom. But, I mean, just pretend like I send you this Wi-Fi card and you can play online. Then Call of Duty?
Maybe. But $60? Oh.
That's a lot of money to pay for some Call of Duty, I know.
Yes. So it makes it difficult for me on that one.
Damn.
So it does. But, you know, I mean, it is what it is, right? But
all right. Apparently, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, Ethan. Ethan is super excited about Call of Duty World War II, and you guys are just totally bumming him out.
Well,
my bad.
Ethan can buy me a copy.
Don't buy him a copy. He's a dick. Okay, so, all right.
I'll get it when Russell Westbrook wins a championship.
Oh, never. That's not fair.
Oh, but it could happen.
I mean, yeah, that's true. Anything can happen.
I love Russell Westbrook, but they'll never put a team around him that will complement him. So,
damn. All right. Well, I got one more article. And maybe Dad will have something to say on this. This is an article from the Nerdist or Nerdist.com from Blake Rogers. No idea. And Blake has this supposition that the idea of Target's new Mario Kart, whatchamacallits? Damn it, what are they called? Shopping carts, trolleys. They're like Mario Kart themed trolleys.
Okay.
Are just a terrible idea, because what about when you're chasing around your friends and you ain't got no red shells to shoot? Because they ain't real. And what about when you're outside of Target? You know how they have those big-ass ball-shaped bollards out front, Mark Jr.? And they look like Mario and Luigi, and you try to hit them with your shopping cart, and it doesn't... It just hurts?
It's going to hurt, too. Yeah, I mean, wow, what the fuck?
What the fuck are we even talking about?
All right, Nintendo and Target are launching a promotional cooperation where Target is going to decorate Target shopping carts with Mario Kart decals, big ass decals that wrap all the way around the shopping carts, and decorate their bollards with Mario and Luigi and other characters from the games, like totally wrap them in a ball-shaped Mario and Luigi head.
Yeah.
Now,
I've seen the article.
Now, I'm just wondering how many college kids are you gonna get through? You know, what cycle are you gonna get through before people start destroying one another?
About all the drunk ones?
So as soon as the drunk ones show up, that's when we can expect a Mario Kart Battle Royale at Target.
I mean, yeah, they're going to destroy all your shit. This is an awful idea. You're dumb, Target.
Come on.
I hate Target, though, so I'm a little biased.
I mean, I shop at Target sometimes. It's all right, I guess.
Listen, I don't have anything against Target. They're all right. They're a little bit more pricey than Wally World.
It's just for people who think they're too good for Walmart. Hint,
Well,
you're not.
I mean, you've seen people at Walmart.
Oh God, yes.
Mm-hmm. And I've seen the people at Target. It is the people from Walmart posing like they're not from Walmart.
That's good shit.
I don't know. I haven't been to Target in years, so I don't know.
You
Well,
would
why
if they
the
sold
hell not?
chickens.
If they sold chickens, that's a different story. I'd probably go. Okay. But I got a broody hen right now sitting on 10 eggs, so I'm good.
10 eggs, one
She's just
chicken.
gonna abandon them bitches.
She's got a big fat ass, huh?
She's a Brahma. She's a big chicken.
She's the Rock.
I know, right?
So
She's a two-headed cow thing from Fallout?
yeah.
Anyway.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Wow.
She's a big brown bird.
Well,
That's what she is.
I just put that in there because I thought maybe
Nope.
Sebastian would be joining us, and then that would be funny. All right. So here's what I want to do then. All right, we're ESPN, Dad,
Yeah, laying everybody off.
laying everybody off, including it looks like they're ditching the NHL entirely.
Oh yeah, because since they can't have it, they don't need anybody to cover it.
What do you mean?
So they lost the rights to broadcast the NHL when what was it? Fox? Who? I can't remember.
No,
Who NBC
NBC.
bought it out, right?
NBC, yeah.
NBC.
Yeah. So, and because NBC outbid ESPN because ESPN didn't want to do a whole lot because they thought it was a fifth or sixth class freaking sport, so they didn't want to pay what NBC was willing to pay. So since they can't have it on their channels, screw it. That's how they do it. So
Well, we still got that
That's
fucking
ESPN.
hack Barry Melrose.
I haven't seen the list yet. I know that a couple of the guys I like are gone.
Yeah,
Pierre
Burnside's
LeBrun.
gone. Pierre LeBrun's gone,
Yeah.
which are pretty much the two that I liked from
Right,
ESPN.
exactly. Yeah. Well, the ones that actually knew hockey.
Yeah, Barry
Yeah.
Melrose is a fucking Penguins hater. He knows hockey, but he's a Penguins hater.
Oh, I know, but that whatever. But
Mm.
I ain't got time for
that's
that.
all right. This might be the year that Ovi wins a cup.
I think that the Penguins are just going to be outmatched by the size of the Sharks in the West. Yeah, that worked out real well for you, didn't it there, jackass?
All right,
Yep,
and we're not
can't
here to
catch 'em.
talk sports, you motherfuckers.
When you brought it up, motherfucker, what does ESPN stand for?
I don't care or know. Here's my point.
Entertainment Sports Programming Network. I don't know, something like that.
Dad, when was the last time you turned on ESPN?
Probably right before I left Virginia Beach.
Well, see, you are not a loyal customer. What the
You're right. I'm not. When they said they weren't covering hockey because they didn't get the contract, it was like, well, screw you. I'm not covering you.
Did you say the same thing, Nate?
I mean, I was going to cover them in something, so different approaches. But, I very rarely turn on ESPN. I go to ESPN.com, but they don't report on real news.
Right. Exactly.
And by the way, editors on ESPN.com, they're the ones who should have been laid off. Holy fuck, grammatical errors,
They suck
wrong statistics,
ass, don't they?
Just awful. Just awful. When I can read through an article one time quickly while doing something else and I can spot your grammatical errors, your editor sucks.
No, I don't think they have proper editors anymore.
They don't know how to fact check.
Well, okay. Fact checking is terribly important.
And they can't spell. So
But something as basic
terrible.
as, well, that's the thing. I've heard a lot about it. And I wrote a couple of columns for a website that I won't mention. Jeez, it was like It was while I was still living out on Aylesbury. And they don't even want to see what you're writing, the editors themselves. They're just like, post it. It's whatever. Just post it. Why are you sending it to me? Post it. And I think
you're an editor, that's what you're supposed to do.
And I think ESPN and many other websites have gotten to the point where they have to cut costs so hard that there's no point in hiring a full-time editor. An editor is, I guess, now a glorified publisher, because they're not actually editing anything. They're writing their own works to, I guess, pay their way, I don't know.
Hold on.
But
I feel
Go on.
like that's bullshit. Okay? Because I even go to ESPN.com a lot less than I ever used to, and it's because of one thing: your shitty pay model. Fuck you, ESPN Insider. The one article that might actually be remotely interesting, based on your opinion, I can't read because it's paid behind a fucking paywall. Go fuck yourself. I'll go to one of the 90 million other websites that report on sports.
Yeah, you're so-called insider that you have to pay for, and it's like, well, screw you. I can go to NHL.com and get the stories for nothing, and get better analysis because they actually, have analysis.
Well, that's the thing. Like, everybody knows that the print version of online ads don't work. I mean, who the hell clicks on an ad on a website? They have like,
even if I see something interesting, I Google it first.
Yeah, there's like a point. I don't remember what the statistic was, but don't call me on it. But I think it was like print version of advertising on the internet has like a 0.0011% click rate. That is, for every 10,000 people who visit your site, one person might click an ad. So how do you guys expect websites to pay for the coverage they're making without a paywall?
Advertisement, bro.
I just debunked advertisement.
So you debunked one form of advertisement.
Yeah, but I mean, if an ad auto plays on a website, you're probably not even fucking coming back to that website. Okay, there's another form gone. If a video auto plays, that might deter you from ever visiting that website again. Or you might visit it a second time or a third time and then realize again and again that they have autoplay ads and fuck these guys. You blacklist them. So that's three forms of advertisement gone.
Isn't that kind of classified as their fucking problem? It's not my fault that you have so much fucking overhead, because theoretically, your website should cost very little. What you're paying should be your writers and your editors and people like that. It's not my fault you're giving fucking your goddamn Chris Berman fucking $800,000 a year or some bullshit. That's not my fault.
Yeah, but I mean,
is his analysis worth that?
Hosting a website isn't cheap. And
to ESPN, hosting a website isn't cheap?
Well, I mean, I'm sure it's a small percentage of their overhead, but it's still not cheap.
Yeah, but how many channels do you have on ESPN? I know if I click on mine right now, I think I got 10 or 12 ESPN channels that they're paying millions of dollars for. I have the Southwest College Football channel, that's ESPN. Well, how many millions? They paid hundreds of millions of dollars to the Southwest or whatever the hell they are, with Texas and all those guys in there, so they could have their games on their own channel. Well, that's your bad business decision, not mine.
And it's true. They have made a lot of bad business decisions.
Okay, when I want to watch hockey, most of the time I want to watch Pittsburgh. So guess what? I go to Root Sports, which is my local Pittsburgh channel, that provides me with every game until now. Second round of the playoffs, they're not allowed because NBC says you're not allowed. But I would much rather listen to those guys. For one thing, even though people say they're homers, they are homers, but they always say if the other team did something really, really good. And they'll harp on it and show graphics, and they'll go through and circle stuff and show them and design everything and say this is what the other team did very, very well. And then they'll say if someone on Pittsburgh did something really stupid, egregious, they will say it. They're not like the Washington homers who will go, oh, Ovechkin just slashed that guy from 20 feet away after he took a run, and that wasn't a penalty. No, Pittsburgh guys will say, hey, that was stupid. That was totally wrong, and he should have been penalized or something should have happened. You know, so I'd rather listen to Root Sports. You listen to NBC, and their announcers are jack-offs.
All of their announcers, guys, for comparison, if you guys don't know, are John Gruden.
And they love everyone.
They love everyone in the moment that they're doing something right.
Oh.
And yes, although in all fairness, Craig Laughlin more so than Joe Beninati, but Craig Laughlin and Joe Beninati are like the ultimate epitome of a homer.
Yeah, I mean, I like Beninati when he's on the NBC as a national broadcast because he keeps a lot of that stuff away. But Laughlin, no, you can't. He can't keep it away.
Blowhard. He's a fucking blowhard.
Yeah, he is just totally terrible. You know
what? The fuck are we talking about?
I have no idea.
You brought him on.
They just keep
You knew this was going to happen.
I was talking about
ESPN.
I was talking about
ESPN channels
and how they were suffering, and then we just went off into the fucking weeds for like 6 minutes, like the weeds.
The thing is, you know, most people, like if you go to Washington and you want to watch a hockey game on TV, who are you going to listen to? You going to listen to ESPN with their crap, or are you going to listen to your hometown guys?
But what if I don't think ESPN is crap?
Then ESPN's stupid because they didn't buy the contract, so they can't put hockey on. So they don't want to do anything with hockey. That's their problem.
All right. Well, here's my point.
It's a growing sport.
Here's what I'm trying to get from, I think from Mark Jr. specifically. How come you ain't paying for ESPN, bruh?
Fuck that. Fuck that.
But
Dad's
they
got
provide
ESPN downstairs. I'm not watching it.
They provide a valuable service.
Hey, I still use them for scores and shit. I can't even use them for highlights because they got ads in front of their shit. So
you won't even watch a 30-second ad or a 15-second ad so you can get the highlights?
No.
Sure I will. But see, this is
Mark. The problem is it's a 30-second ad on a 10-second clip.
A 15-second clip. No, for real, he's right though. It is.
Oh.
But see, I was going to get to this earlier when y'all were rambling. It's about what we're willing to sit through, because all of us sit through autoplay ads on YouTube. Every single one of us. Maybe not Dad, but the rest of us sit through it all the time. What's the fucking difference?
Well,
yeah, pretty much. Yep.
Well, yeah. I let the ads run on very specific channels. I'll skip on other channels.
So do I.
Like if I'm just clicking on you for the first time because you're a reference from some other site or some other YouTuber I was watching, I'm gonna skip your ad, and then I'll determine whether you have something valuable to say.
Agree.
But damn, y'all are harsh on ESPN. That's not right, y'all.
We're a company we ain't got no love for.
Yeah,
hold on. We talked about this before, okay? On this very same fucking podcast, we talked about this. They're dying because they make horrible business decisions. So
well, why haven't they converted at least 30 to 50% of their revenue model to the internet? The internet is the future. Why ain't they done it?
And they're owned and run by Disney. And Disney's pretty damn progressive. You would think they would have figured that shit out.
Disney's progressive?
Well, semi.
When it comes to seeking revenue.
Yes.
All right, fair.
When it comes to making money.
Yeah.
That's all.
Have you seen any Disney movie?
Oh, they're exactly the same.
They're all the hero's tale over and over and over and over. Yeah.
They're all exactly the same. It's cool. It doesn't even really bother me. I don't watch Disney movies anymore. But they're normally progressive on anything where they can make money. They bought damn Star Wars for $7 billion, dude, and they're going to make hundreds of billions. Oh. So they're normally very savvy on those kinds of things.
Oh, what?
It's finally good. I don't know if you guys are fans of Cracked, but I like several Cracked shows.
Yeah, I love some Cracked shows. But yeah.
On Obsessive Pop Culture Disorder, a nerd finally admitted that Star Wars is actually He can admit that it's good for him, and he loves that it's a part of pop culture, and that he loves the movie, but the movies themselves are actually not very good. And that just made me super happy.
No.
They're not good movies. None of them. Not a one.
No. Hey, let me point this out to every super nerddom out there. Star Wars came out, what was it, 1980?
77.
77. Okay, even worse.
77.
And maybe Dad can deny or confirm this for me, because I wasn't a blip on the radar in 1977. But Star Wars came out a mediocre sci-fi film in a sea, an absolute ocean of horrible sci-fi.
Right.
So it is by default the best by being better than the worst. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I mean when you look at that, when you look at Star Wars number 4, which is the first one, and then you look at Star Trek, you're like, whoa. Star Trek on TV was great. Star Trek at the movies was, especially the first one was terrible. At least the Wrath of Khan was decent. But the first one was terrible. That came out about the same time frame. So what are you comparing? You're comparing a really, really, really bad Star Trek movie to Star Wars. Well, Star Wars.
Plus there was a lot of sci-fi on TV, like Buck Rogers and other just fucking horrible shows. And then,
but if you were a sci-fi guy, that's what you watched because that's what you had.
Right. And so people, especially sci-fi lovers, got used to what was absolutely abysmal and called that ordinary. And then something ordinary comes out that's better than the abysmal, and suddenly it's fucking cult classic.
Bam. Winner.
Right.
Like, see,
I remember watching, there was a UFO show. It was a British show. And it was outright just terribly terrible. But it was the only sci-fi on at the time. That's what you watched.
Damn.
It was terrible.
Dad was watching the BBC before the BBC was the BBC.
I watched Benny Hill in the 60s. So
I don't know. I can't stand. I hate George Lucas. He's a hack. I think my opinion on that is well documented. I don't like the Star Wars franchise, but I can admit, even as a hater of the Star Wars franchise, I'm glad it's a part of pop culture because it spawned many things that I do love. But if more Star Wars nerds would just admit that they're not good, it would make me happy.
They're not good. At best, they're ordinary.
I love Fallout. Love it to death. And anytime you tell me something's wrong with it, odds are I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to be like, yep, I did fly 500 miles in the air because a mole rat attacked me. You're right.
Yep, exactly.
So just admit it. It made me feel good to hear Daniel O'Brien say that. Also, I know Cracked is way bigger than us, but I do recommend Obsessive Pop Culture Disorder and After Hours. They're two of my favorite web shows.
I like them both, yeah.
Hell, they're both hilarious. Yes. So, I couldn't agree more.
Well, Mark Jr.
Never watched any of them, so I don't know.
I recommend that you renew your ESPN subscription. They need your money right now.
I will do no such thing.
But
ever.
in the meantime, we're going to go out with some rapid reactions. That's what's about to happen. As soon as I figure out which key I need to hit. Bam! Rapid reactions. All right. I'm going to start with Dad because that never happens. All right. Here we go, Dad. Rapid reactions. You ready?
Yeah.
Private Last Millennial Force. That's what he is.
Even Republicans refuse to build Trump's border wall. Go.
Well, I don't blame them. We don't need a border wall. We got one. Why are we going to build another one? Okay, and it doesn't matter. You got all the coastlines that are wide open that they can come in anytime they want to on any whatever little ship they want to.
Pops.
So what's the big deal?
Double layered protection, bro. It's like wearing 2 condoms.
No, wrong answer. All it does is make us look silly to the rest of the freaking world. Okay?
Nate, Uber claims
Because
it will
we'll
start
spend $20
testing
billion on that.
flying cars in the next 3 years. Go.
Sweet.
I mean, that sounds awesome. And then you remember that people drive Uber and not professionals. So, hard pass.
It is people.
I'm pretty sure they're going to be automated, but that's all right.
That would be better.
Mark Jr., sad news. A Thai man hanged his infant daughter on Facebook Live and then hanged himself. Go.
Damn. Why you give me some horrible shit? That's ruthless as fuck.
Yeah.
Because he knows the reaction I would have.
Yeah,
Damn,
I had to give it somebody who gives a shit.
Yeah, that's fucking just straight up ruthless, homie.
Yeah, well, I mean,
fuck is
and
wrong with
Facebook
you?
is seeing repercussion, and I can't understand why. It ain't their fucking fault. There's like 55 fucking live platforms in the world. They're just one of them, and people decide to kill one another on them. What are you going to do? Dad, Adrian Peterson signed a 2-year contract with the New Orleans Saints. Go.
I like Adrian Peterson, and the Saints are okay. But until the Saints can learn how to play defense again, it doesn't matter.
All right.
It's a bad signing. He's not a fit for New Orleans.
Well, Nate, scientists have created an artificial womb, so far only used for fetal lambs, but hope to use it to help premature babies. Go.
Oh my God, it's so hard to resist. I like lamb. Lamb is delicious.
There you go.
All right, Mark Jr., no sad news on this one. A 20-year-old Brit was sentenced to 2 years in prison for creating software to facilitate DDoS attacks. Go.
Well, good. Don't be a fag. Damn.
That's what DDoSers are. You hear that, Ethan?
I thought that was one of the 3 words you couldn't say, Mark.
DDoSers
It is one of the
fags.
3 words you couldn't say, but I'm not famous.
Well, and
I'm
when we
sorry
say fag, it has nothing to do with sexuality of any form.
Yes.
So
I don't care what
all right,
you do.
all right.
Cool
This
bundle
one's
of sticks.
this one's going to be
Someone has to
excellent.
explain to me DDoS, so.
That is a distributed denial of service attack. It can take down pretty much any bank of servers just by pinging the servers like a gazillion times a second.
Oh, wow.
See, don't be a dick. Yeah, don't be a dick. How about that?
All right, Dad,
How about
this
stop
one's going to be
being a
great.
dick?
Dad, a live-action Teen Titans series is slated for 2018. Go.
Yeah, right. I give a flying, what about that? I don't even watch the regular Teen Titans, let alone a live action
Dad.
Teen Titan.
You can say fuck. It's cool.
I try not to, okay?
I
Well,
say fuck on this podcast like at least 13 times a podcast.
Yeah, and plus
Well, I
we're
try not to.
automatically listed as explicit, whether it's explicit or not. So, okay, last one. Fallout is getting its own tabletop game. Go.
That's not really news because Fallout actually already has a tabletop game. It has a tabletop RPG, unless you're talking like a board game. In which case, I'll probably buy it. It's cool.
Mark,
I'll probably
Dad,
check it
are
out.
you guys going
Yeah,
to
I'll
play
probably check
Fallout
it out.
together?
I'll probably check it out.
I mean, I'll check it out and see what it's like, but, if it's going to be...
It's
I
Monopoly
love the
with Super
Fallout
Meat.
franchise, so... I know people... It's got a lot of faults to it, but I still love it. It's still playable over and over again, and I can play all different types of characters. And I love it.
All right,
So-
I believe you. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Nate, did you mute yourself?
No. I was just singing to myself.
Oh, okay, super. I saw you mouthing something. Never mind.
Singing in the rain?
Thank you everyone for
THB
joining us.
Nights.
You can find us on Apple Podcasts. It's not iTunes anymore, guys. You should know. It's Apple
Oh,
Podcasts.
okay.
And Google Play,
Okay.
SoundCloud, or most anywhere else you get your podcast. Please check out the Three Cynics on YouTube and Twitch. We play games, make podcasts, and goof off generally. And if you would like to support the podcast, subscribe, and most importantly of all, leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, not iTunes, maybe iTunes. I don't know how the phasing in and out has gone so far, but Apple, iTunes Podcasts, we need ratings because that bolsters our efforts. And don't forget to use your promotional Tourette's, ticks, swears, and swerves all day long. And we appreciate everything you guys do for us. Dad, say goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Be easy.
Enjoy.
Yep. We'll see you all next week. And amazement.
No outro?
Oh, it's running right now. Is it too quiet?
Yeah. No, you just can't hear it over the fucking highway, Mark.
Oh, I figured on that.
Oh, ain't that a bastard.